guys. So the Euros are almost here. So we thought, we got to do our Euro prediction for 2024 just to get that perfect bracket of, of course, we I think we consider ourselves, football intellectuals. So, I would really hold these as like the gospel here from these predictions, and I'd probably put your life savings on whoever we pick to win here.
All right, well, let's get into it. Let's start at Group A. Germany, Scotland, Switzerland, and Hungary. What do you think about these? I low-key got Germany going number one on this group.
Yeah, I mean, I think this group is really interesting because I think all four teams honestly have a decent shot of winning this group. Because I think with Germany, even though they had a decent, couple of fixtures, they have struggled really over the past few years. Scotland did really well in the qualifiers. They beat Spain.
I really like Scotland.
Switzerland is always a solid team, and then Hungary, again, a team that's done really well recently. They've had wins over Germany and England in the past couple of years. So I really think this group can go. I think it's probably one of the hardest groups to predict here.
Yeah, I'd start with Germany off as number one, and then that third place spot would go literally anywhere, in my opinion.
I think I'd go Germany 1. I agree with that. I think if I had to pick, I'd go Hungary second. I think they just have the highest upside.
I see. And I'd probably put Scotland at third.
I agree with that.
I really do like Scotland. They'll sneak in with that last playoff spot.
And I think Switzerland, they're kind of an older team. Most of their better players are on the older side. So
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like if any of those teams are going to crash out, it's going to be Switzerland.
I really do like Germany's chances of going far, I guess. Yeah. Like for this, of course, being at home, like in Germany.
Yeah.
And just having that squad, Rudiger in the back line, crazy performances from him.
Everyone talks about England and France, but I think Germany might have the most talented team on paper.
Yeah. You have Wirtz, Musiala, Musiala not coming off the best season, but
he's still insane.
Yeah, Wirtz coming off of an insane season.
The only thing they really miss is a true striker. That's really their big problem. But
it seems like it. Toni Kroos coming back for the last time to play for Germany.
That was huge.
That is huge. What was the game against France? I think he assisted in the first 7 seconds of the game to Wirtz scored. Yeah. So I really do like Germany's chances.
Yeah, let's go with Germany to win that.
Okay, so we got a solid Group A. Let's move on to Group B. We have Spain, Croatia, Italy, and Albania, which is a holy, what a group.
Yeah, this is definitely the group of death from the Euros. Poor Albania, they barely snuck in, and now they're in this ridiculous group. So,
what about Albanian first?
I don't think so.
I would go with, in my opinion, I think Spain. They have an overall good lineup, I guess. I think Italy and Croatia are both solid, and they'll both probably make it to the next round, of course, with the third place, of course, playing for the playoffs or whatever. So what would you have placing second?
I think I might just keep it how it is, to be honest.
Really?
It's a tough call between Croatia and Italy, but I think Croatia's just been a little bit better recently.
Yeah. And then
Italy's been okay, but they have missed the last World Cup, so you never know what to expect from them.
Yeah. You do have you remember in the World Cup, the Croatia's goalie Livakovic was very good, especially that game against Brazil. But Italy in the Euros have been very good.
That is true. Yeah.
Of course, winning Euros 2020. Chiesa always coming to form somehow in the Euros. I don't understand how.
I think Italy always plays to their competition, so I think that could benefit them here in the Euros when they're playing tougher teams. But I think I'd keep it like it is.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on to Group C: England, Serbia, Denmark, and Slovenia. England being, of course, probably the favorites to win it all right now.
Yeah, them and France, I'd say.
Yeah. Overall, a very solid lineup.
I think this group, England got really lucky here. I think this group is kind of cheeks. I'm not gonna lie. Serbia and Denmark are solid, but I don't see either of those teams really challenging England for that top spot.
So I guess England's they've just basically settled that top spot. Yeah, who would we go for second and third is the real question.
I'd probably go Denmark second. They had a good run at the last
Interesting,
Euros. They were probably one of the more disappointing teams at the last World Cup, though.
Mhm.
So I am a little concerned from
Yeah.
that. But I think, yeah, I'd probably go Denmark second here.
Mhm. Yeah, I do like Denmark in second. Serbia, like what their best player is currently Mitrovic maybe.
Maybe, yeah,
Like,
but he's past
playing.
his prime.
Yeah, he's having a decent season, very good season actually in the Saudi league. So
I'd probably go
hopefully
Serbia.
it kind of like just like transfers over to this, but I'd have Denmark squeezing past them.
Yeah, and then do you think Slovenia can top Serbia or no?
I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
Serbia's got good enough quality in their squad that they should be able to edge it out over
Yeah, I agree.
Slovenia.
I agree with that.
Okay. Moving to Group D. Another really solid group.
Mhm.
France, Netherlands, Poland, and Austria. What'd you think?
This one honestly might be tougher than Group B now I'm looking at it. I think if last is going to be Poland. I'll say that.
Last is Poland.
I'm not high on this Poland team at all.
Neither am I. Lewandowski's very like out of his element here, I guess.
Yeah.
Like not doing too good in Barcelona this season. Like I mean, he still scores goals, but
I feel like for
Out
the
of
national
form.
team, he's definitely a lot worse than he is with
Yeah.
the clubs.
What do you think in first? France and Netherlands? I'd low-key have France
Yeah,
squeezing past. Their squad is, of course,
Yeah.
really good. Very good squad.
I'd go France first and Netherlands second. I like that.
Austria squeezing the third spot.
I do like Austria quite a bit. I think they have one of the better managers in the world right now, and I think they've been in really good form. And it is in Germany, so Austria's right there too. So they'll have a lot of fans at these matches. So.
My one concern is Austria's defense. Of course, they're losing their best center back with David Alaba being out.
Yeah,
With an ACL tear. That might play into it, and maybe Poland could squeeze past them.
maybe. Yeah, it's gonna be close between Austria and Poland, but I'd bet on Austria.
Yeah. Netherlands, very solid lineup. Frimpong is definitely, he could shine here with this Netherlands squad. France, of course, Mbappe. That Mbappe show is crazy. Moving on to Group E, like low key, what do you think of this group? Like,
I think probably one of the weaker groups again here. I think Belgium. Yeah, I think Belgium probably is going to win this, even though this is a weaker Belgium team than what we've seen before.
what do you think about Ukraine?
I think I'd put them in second. I think it's a weak second place compared to some of the other teams, but I just don't think Romania or Slovakia have the quality to overcome Ukraine at this point.
Ukraine does have a pretty solid lineup. Like what they have Mudryk from Chelsea. They have Zinchenko, Lunin for Madrid right now, who's had a very good performance this year.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they've had that Girona striker who almost won the Golden Boot.
Yeah.
Dovbyk.
They got some solid players.
Yeah, so I think, they definitely secure that second spot. But who do you have placing in third? Romania or Slovakia?
Ooh. I'd probably go Slovakia third.
Slovakia third?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really think they're going to make it out of that third place playoffs, though, to make it to the next round, but it's interesting to just have them there.
Yeah.
And then moving to the last group, Portugal, Turkey, Georgia, and Czechia. I'd have Portugal just going number one, of course.
I think it's going to be interesting, though, between those last three teams.
Yeah.
Because I think all of them are pretty similar in quality.
I think that Turkey might squeeze out to get to that second place.
Yeah.
Just because of, like, they have some decent players, I guess. Like, it's interesting to see how Portugal will do, if they'll blow everybody out or if it'll be close.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so many Turkish fans living in Germany that it's really going to help them, I feel like, with the atmosphere at those games. I think Georgia's really interesting. They're kind of the team to watch, in my opinion, from, like, an underdog perspective. Because they did really well in qualifiers. They're not a traditional big European team that qualifies for these tournaments, but let's see if they can make it out, at least at the group stage. I feel like that would be a pretty big success for them.
So Czechia in fourth, I guess.
Yeah, I think I'm good with. Yeah. I might put Georgia over Turkey. Honestly, I think it's a close call up between the two.
Interesting pick. Czechia, I don't really know too much about their squad.
They're
nothing
solid,
really
but
too notable.
I think maybe this is wishful thinking, but I'd rather see Georgia and Turkey make it through.
Yeah.
I think they're more interesting teams.
Okay, so now we'll predict which third place teams will finish with the most points, and then the top four will advance to the next round of the tournament. So we have Scotland, Italy, Serbia, Austria, Slovakia, and Turkey.
Well, it is kind of interesting because it's not necessarily the four best teams; it's the ones that have the most points.
Yeah.
So the groups really do matter here.
Yeah. So if we're looking at, scroll back up, Italy.
Yeah.
What do we think? Like,
I think they'll win against Albania, and they'll probably get a draw from one of those top two teams.
Possibly, yeah. So what would that be? Like 4 points? Looking at Scotland,
I mean,
they definitely could.
Which of the third place teams has the easiest group? I think that's a big question.
See, Serbia would be in England and Denmark.
It's a relatively easy group.
Yeah.
I'd say Slovakia
has a tough group.
I think Turkey also has a pretty
decent
favorable group.
I would have Turkey go through.
Yeah.
What do you think about the chances of Slovakia going through?
I think they're pretty high. Just I don't think they're one of the four best teams, but I don't know.
Will they be able to get more points? Like they could definitely squeeze out a win against Romania, possibly.
Yeah.
I don't know about Ukraine. Maybe a draw.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
it'll definitely come down to 4 points for a lot of these teams, I guess.
Yeah, so I guess it would come down to goal
differential.
So I guess that would help the better quality teams. I think you got to put Italy as one of those four. I think they're just too good not to.
What do you think about Scotland's chances playing Germany, Hungary, and Switzerland?
You know, honestly, I don't know. I think that's such a tough group of matchups for Scotland that it's going to be tough. They're definitely, if they do make it, they'll definitely be like the fourth of the third place teams.
We'll save them for last.
I'd put Austria through because I think they can get a result against France or the Netherlands. That would help them a lot.
All right. Yeah. So then we just pick Scotland as our fourth.
I think so. I'd go
Scotland. I really do like Scotland.
So that would be Serbia and Slovakia eliminated.
Yeah. Unfortunate. But let's move on to the knockout stages. So for our first game of the round of 16, we'd have Spain versus Austria.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
I think Spain, they're they're one of the big European giants, and they do have a lot of quality. I don't know. I'm low-key feeling an upset here. There's going to be some upsets in the Euros.
Yeah.
I think Austria might be one of the dark horse teams of the tournament. Maybe this will age really badly, and they'll just do horribly and get grouped, but I don't know. I'm kind of comfortable picking an Austria upset here.
Picking Austria? We'll go with it just because just change things up. Germany over Denmark?
I think so.
Very good Germany team over Denmark.
Yeah.
Move on to Portugal and Italy. Very interesting matchup. I do like Portugal, but Italy in the Euros has been historically.
Italy's defense is always insane,
Yeah.
so that's going to be tough for Portugal. I do think Portugal is one of the more talented teams, though.
Very interesting squad this year.
If Ronaldo starts this game, we'll see what he could do against Italy. But
he could score a hat trick.
Yeah, I'd probably go Portugal.
Portugal?
Yeah.
I do like Portugal more. They have one of their better line squads, I guess.
Yeah, this
in
is
recent
probably,
history.
Yeah. I think their last World Cup team was insane. I think they kind of disappointed going out in the quarterfinals.
I guess playing Morocco too, like very good Morocco side, just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, but that was a game they should have won. Yeah. Honestly.
Netherlands versus Ukraine.
I'd go Netherlands.
Netherlands definitely. Belgium and Scotland. That is a tough.
This might be another upset watch, though.
Belgium's team is very.
Scotland has gotten some wins against some big teams,
and Belgium's golden generation is kind of done.
I'd be okay picking Scotland if you're okay with that.
Yeah, I really do like Scotland, and I mean this could just be blatantly wrong.
Yeah.
We could just be terrible. But.
There's going to be a lot of upsets in the Euros.
Let's change things up. Other than Belgium going through, let's pick the underdog here. France versus Georgia.
As much as I want Georgia to win this, I just no chance against France.
It's all the Mbappe.
I think the France C team could beat Georgia.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Okay. England and Turkey, similar thing here.
Yeah, I mean, this would be hilarious if England went out. This is a game that I could see. This is a typical England loss, losing to a team like Turkey in the round of 16. But you gotta pick England.
That England squad is very talented. I'd have to go with England. Hungary and Croatia is a very, very interesting game here.
That's a good,
I might squeeze Croatia out.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I think Croatia doesn't do typically too well at the Euros for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think this could go either way, but I think I like Hungary as the upset pick here.
I think so too. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, pretty good picks from us, I guess. Let's start off with the quarterfinals. We have Germany and Austria.
This is a nice matchup here. I like this one. I would go. Austria did beat Germany in their last matchup, so I think that's worth noting. But
I do think Germany might take this one.
I think it'll be a really close one, but I'd go Germany here.
Close game. Portugal and Netherlands, another interesting game. Netherlands is very good defensively.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the Netherlands here.
As well.
I do think Portugal might have a little bit more talent than the Netherlands, but I think the Netherlands plays a lot better together, and I like their tactics and the way they line up.
I do too. I think the Netherlands will barely squeeze by on this one.
This is definitely one you could see going to penalties or something.
It could go either way, honestly.
I'd go Netherlands just based on their recent history.
Scotland and France, I'd really just go with France.
Yeah, I think this is where Scotland's run comes to an end.
Yeah, I don't really think there'll be any other outcome. England and Hungary,
Hungary did beat England recently, so it is worth saying. But again, I'd probably go England.
I'd probably squeeze England by.
I just don't see England with the amount of talent they have. If they're going to lose, it's going to be to one of the top teams.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a complete disgrace if they lose to like Hungary.
Yeah. Semifinals. We got some big games here. Germany and the Netherlands.
This is a big rivalry game.
This is
both of these are big rivalry games.
Huge games in the.
Honestly,
yeah.
Honestly, that is tough. Germany, I think, has the talent over the Netherlands. They're a little riskier of a pick. I feel like.
Also, them being at home though definitely does help them.
Yeah. I think I'd lean towards Germany here.
I'd squeeze Germany by. Very close game. Netherlands is a very, very strong squad. But I would go with Germany.
Yeah.
This is a monster game.
Yeah, rematch from the World Cup.
Oh, that game was very good. The Harry Kane missed penalty was crazy, but
yeah, that was a really even matchup, to be honest. So I'd be really excited to see this as a neutral. I don't know. Do you think England could get the revenge here?
I low-key think that they could. I think that England has the quality. They do have a good squad, especially like if you do like look back at the World Cup, it should have gone to extra time.
Yeah.
If Harry Kane didn't miss that penalty. Foden's been in form recently. We've got a lot of good England players who've been in form. Of course, like Kobe Mainoo coming out of nowhere and being very good. Bellingham being in form.
I do think this England team is a little bit better than their World Cup team. Yeah. I don't know if you could say the same for France, even though I think they performed really well with the injuries they had at the World Cup. I don't know if this is a better team than they had at the World Cup, at least when you factor in form and stuff like that. So
I'd slide England.
Yeah, I'd probably go England here as well.
Yeah. All right, Germany-England final.
Yeah, crazy final.
Like
2 World Wars and 1 World Cup between these teams here.
Let's just talk about it. Germany squad. What do you think?
I think in terms of, Germany's squad.
Like, what do you think they're strong in right now?
Their midfield is insane.
Very good midfield.
Probably the best midfield in the world of any national team, I would say. I think their defense is pretty good as well. They have Rudiger, who's arguably the best center back in the world.
Yeah, Hummels is top tier.
Yeah.
He's having a pretty good season in Dortmund. I don't know if he'd start.
I don't even know if he'll make the roster, to be honest, but because Schlotterbeck is
Schlotterbeck,
one of their stars. So
I guess like not having that number 9.
The lack of a striker is really what's going to hurt them, I feel like.
Yeah, but their midfield, I do think is going to be a deciding factor of this game.
I think I would also give goalkeeper advantage to Germany here. If it's Neuer or Ter Stegen, I'd still take him over Pickford.
Yeah, 100%.
I do think England is the better team though all around. Even though they do have some weaknesses, I think especially on their left side of the defense. Oh, it's tough.
It's a very, very tough game.
I think if I had to bet money on it,
isn't Luke Shaw hurt currently?
So they have a real hole at left back.
Yeah, that left side of the field will definitely be a problem.
And I think their center back, John Stones is really good, and Maguire is always good for the national team, but that's not necessarily the strongest center back pair in the world. I'll definitely take Germany's center backs over that.
100%. England's attacking side though is very, very volatile.
Their attack is their
Harry Kane, of course, coming off that big season in Bundesliga.
And then you got Foden. Saka, Ollie Watkins, and then
very good.
Even like their attacking midfielders,
Jude,
Madison, Cole Palmer.
Very, very solid lineup.
I mean, they honestly have too many good players with not all are going to play. So.
Yeah, I do think that England will definitely dominate the game with like shots and possession. But Germany could play off the counter and definitely score maybe 1 or 2 goals off of that, and just they could slide by.
It is England, so they'll definitely there's some bullshit that's gonna happen that they're gonna suffer from. Yeah. I think honestly though, I think I'd go England.
I'd definitely go with England.
I think it's a much safer bet
than Germany.
Yeah, Germany's too volatile at times, and I think the lack of a striker is really gonna be their downfall.
Yeah.
We'll see if like Füllkrug or somebody could step up for them, but
yeah, I do really like Füllkrug, but England's quality might just get the better of Germany this year.
Yeah, I think their quality, and I think they're all around, like their strength, all around.
Yeah,
the pitch
they have good squad depth.
It's everywhere. Just too much.
Yeah,
to not pick them. Even though it is England, they do choke. They did make it. They should have won the Euros last time. Honestly, they should have beat Italy in that game.
That penalty shootout was very wild.
And if Harry Kane doesn't miss that penalty,
they would have gone to the World
Cup. I think they would have beat France and gone to the finals.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think they would have definitely won in pens against France. But
I'd have to go. I think it's coming home. I really do think it's coming home. This is definitely going to age terribly when England loses in like the round of 16.
Yeah. Like who do they play in the round of 16? Let's say Hungary. Yeah. Hungary or Turkey could pull up an upset somehow,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd go with England as winning the league or winning the Euros this year.
Yeah, I think this is a
very solid pick.
This is probably if they don't win this Euros, I don't think they're gonna win a major trophy with this team that they have. So
this could be like the game that kicks Southgate out, maybe. Like
I think Southgate's gonna leave regardless of what happens. But
like Southgate's had some pretty questionable picks like in the past.
I do think Southgate's a top manager, to be honest, but. I think with the team that England has, the expectation is to at least make it to the semifinals, probably the finals.
Definitely.
And I think they have a really strong chance at winning it. So
okay, so our final pick for the Euros 2024 will be England to win it against Germany. Do you have a score prediction?
2-1.
2-1 England.
Yeah.
I'll go 3-2 England.
Is there a third place game in the Euros?
I don't know. So who would be playing in that? That'd be
France
Netherlands versus France.
That's an interesting matchup. I'd probably go France though over the Netherlands.
Yeah, France over Netherlands. I agree with you on that. So we have what? England first place, Germany second.
Yep.
France third.
Yep.
But yeah, that would be our Euro 2024 prediction. Hopefully, it doesn't go terribly wrong.
Yeah.
Like we could just totally like shit the bed here.
Yeah, when Switzerland wins the Euros, let us know.
Yeah, slander us all you want.
But yeah, I'd feel pretty confident putting like your mortgage on England winning the Euros.
I will definitely have my life savings on England this year.
If England don't win the Euros, you'll never hear from us again because we're gonna be in so much debt to like the mafia or something.
Yep. But England.